Hi, I'm Christina Ripp, and welcome back to part 2 of the University of Illinois Wheelchair Basketball Series. I will be your coach for the chapters on passing and drills. Grant Meisens will coach you through the chapter on defense, and Coach Frogley will coach you through the chapter on offense. Remember, this DVD has been constructed with the developmental sequence in mind. Instruction begins at the introductory level and progresses to a more advanced level. You will find that it is best to watch each instructional unit in the order in which we have presented them. After you have become familiar with the fundamentals, use the chapter search to review a particular skill. The drills that support each skill are at the end of this DVD. Passing is a foundation skill for team basketball. We are going to learn 4 different passes: the chest pass, bounce pass, baseball pass, and hook pass. The first pass is the chest pass. You can use this pass over short distances of 10 to 15 feet when there is no defender in between you and your teammate. First, let's look at the pass. Your hands start facing slightly in. Your elbows are slightly in, and your hands will be behind the ball. As you move your hands forward to pass, your palms will rotate out with your thumbs finishing pointing down, and your hands finish pointing at your target. To communicate with your teammate that you are passing, and in order to make sure they are ready, call out their name. Now, let's look at the catch. Start by calling out the name of the person passing so that they know you are ready to catch. With your hands straight out in front of you and your palms facing your teammate for a target, bring your hands towards your chest as the ball arrives. Keep your eyes on the ball, watching it into your hands. Bringing your hands in as the ball arrives helps to cushion the ball so it doesn't hit your hands and bounce away.
Yes. Emily.
Yes.
Emily.
Yes. Benny.
Christina.
Benny.
Christina.
Benny. Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff. Benny.
Christina.
The next pass is the bounce pass.
Christina.
Benny.
You can use this pass to get around a defender that expects a high pass.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Emily.
Yes.
Emily.
First, let's look at the pass. The motion is the same as with the chest pass. Start with your hands facing slightly in, elbows slightly in, and hands behind the ball. Move your hands forward and down to pass. Your palms will rotate out with your thumbs finishing pointing down. Now, let's look at the catch. Keep your eyes on the ball, watching it into your hands. Bringing your hands in as the ball arrives helps to cushion the ball so it doesn't hit your hands and bounce away.
Benny.
With this pass, your target will be a spot on the floor, about 2/3 of the way to your teammate, so that the ball bounces just up to his or her lap. If you bounce the ball too close to your teammate, it will hit her in the knees. But if it is too far, the ball will be harder to control. Remember, call out the name of the person you are passing to. The next pass is the baseball pass. You can use this pass over long distances and to go over defenders.
Christina.
Benny.
Christina.
Benny.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Hold the ball on your finger pads and up beside your head. As you start your throwing motion, your elbow will lead the movement. Also, pull back on your opposite wheel to give your pass more force. As you bring your hand forward, follow through pointing at your target. Call out the name of the person you are passing to. Practice this pass with each hand.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
The next pass is the hook pass. This is a great pass to use over short distances and when you need to get the ball over a defender. Start with your wheelchair at 90 degrees to the direction you are passing. Hold the ball out beside you and away from your body so that a defender cannot reach the ball. Looking in the direction of the pass, bring the ball over your head, releasing the ball so that you can create the arc needed to get the ball over the defense. Your arm should finish over your head with your hand pointing at your target. Call out the name of the person you're passing to. Learn how to hook pass with each hand.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Jana.
Jeff.
Thanks, Christina. Now let's jump into defense. Defense takes three things: hard work, intelligence, and teamwork. Because you control all of these things, you can always play great defense. We are going to show you how to do the different fundamental skills on defense, beginning with one-on-one defense and moving on to two-on-two defense. Defense starts with one-on-one defense. The keys are retreat, read, readjust.
I got Brady. I got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got one. I got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got one out. Got Brady. I got Brady. 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 Got Brady.
Start from the zero position. That is, one chair length away from the offense and with your chair at 90 degrees. Now the defense will retreat, read, and readjust. As the offense makes her first move, the defense retreats towards the basket she is defending. You can retreat by going backwards or by using a quarter turn away from the player you are guarding. Watch the defense use quarter turns to retreat and readjust. The defender has read where the offense is going. She has readjusted her chair, establishing wheel position to stop the offense. Generally speaking, wheel position means the defense having her rear axle in front of the front caster of the offense. The defense should not turn into the offense. The defense should push straight, forcing the offense to initiate contact. And the defense is always checking her shoulders to see the whole court. Finally, the defender calls out the number of the person she is guarding.
I got Brady. I got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got one. I got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got Brady. Got one out. Got Brady. I got Brady. 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 Got Brady.
The first phase of team defense is two-on-two defense. We use one-on-one principles and add 3 reads: go through, go under, and turn in and switch. The first read is called going through. We make this read when the offense sets a bad pick. This read allows us to keep matchups and deny outside shots. As the offense starts to pick, the defender tells his teammate, pick coming on your right. The defender stays with the picker, trying to deny the pick if they can. When the picker is one chair length away from the defense, the defender decides that a pick is bad because there is enough space for his teammate to go through and stay with the offense. He tells his teammate, go through. The defender being picked fakes in towards the key to move the picker closer to the basket and get more room. She stays with her matchup and she says, I'm going through. As they finish, each calls out the number of their matchup again, and each defender makes sure they see the whole court. He tells his teammate, go through. The defender being picked fakes in towards the key to move the picker closer to the basket and get more room. She stays with her matchup and she says, "I'm going through." As they finish, each calls out the number of their matchup again, and each defender makes sure they see the whole court. The second read in 2-on-2 defense is called going under. We make this read when the offense sets a good pick, but we can maintain wheel position. This read allows us to keep matchups, but gives up the outside shot. As the offense starts to pick, the defense tells his teammate, pick coming on your right." The defender stays with the picker, trying to deny the pick if they can. When the picker is one chair length away from the defense, the defender decides that the pick is good, but that he has wheel position. He tells his teammate, go under. His teammate fakes away from the basket to move the picker out and create more space. Then she turns towards the baseline and goes under the picker and her teammate, picking up her matchup on the other side. Both defenders call out the numbers of their matchups and check their shoulders to see the whole court. The last read in 2-on-2 defense is called turn in and switch. We make this read when the offense sets a good pick and we don't have wheel position. This read allows us to defend layups but gives up the outside shot and can give up a mismatch. As the offense starts to pick, the defense tells his teammate, pick coming on your right. The defender stays with the picker, trying to deny the pick if he can. When the picker is one chair length away from the defense, the defender decides that the pick is good and that he is beat and will not have wheel position. He tells his teammate, turn in, and he waits for his teammate to turn in. His teammate fakes away from the basket to move the picker out and give more space. Then she turns towards the baseline and turns in and switches to guard the picker, saying, I'm turning in, switch. The defenders then switch matchups as soon as both defenders have inside position on the picker. They call out the numbers of the new matchups and check their shoulders to see the whole court. One important point to help you is anytime you feel beat, it is usually a switch. The next thing we will teach is rebounding. Rebounding is the last phase of team defense. The key points are talking and position. As the shot goes up, the defender calls shot as loudly as he can to let his teammates know that they need to box out. As he does this, he gets wheel position on the offensive player. Once he has wheel position, he looks for the ball. He pushes to the ball. And as he grabs the ball, he calls ball and prepares himself to outlet the ball to start offensive transition. Two key points to remember are to talk loudly so that your teammates can hear you, and make sure you establish good wheel position on the offense so that when you look for the ball, they cannot get around you.
Shot. Ball. Shot. Ball. Shot. Ball.
Now that Grant's taken us through our defensive game, let's look at our offensive side. Basketball is a team game. Your success on offense will be determined by how well you work with your teammates and by your execution. We're going to teach you a variety of picks. The first type of pick we're going to teach is the high to low. This pick is used anytime the defense extends and gives you a picking angle, or in other words, space to pick. We start by deciding which offensive player is going to set the pick. The pick should be set on the defender furthest from the midline of the court. The offensive player setting the pick will have an easier time beating the defense with more space to work. Once the offensive players know where the pick is to be set, they communicate this with each other by the picker telling his teammate to stay there, I'm picking for you. The picker does a V-cut to make sure the defense plays him honestly. If the defense does not react to the V-cut, the offensive player should cut to the basket. The picker then does a banana cut so that he ends up facing towards the basket. This cut should be a gradual curve that's not too straight, or he'll end up picking with his foot plate, which is illegal, and not too wide so the defense can take away the pick. He sets his pick 6 inches away from the defensive player, aligning his outside front caster with the defense player's wheel or caster closest to the basket. This way the defense will not have enough space to go through with her matchup, and the picker is not as easily hooked by the defense. The last thing the picker does is push forward, establishing wheel position and rolling to the basket when space is being created by his teammate. We've showed you what the picker does. Now we're going to show you what the person having the pick set for them does. Remember, the person being picked for is the offensive player furthest from the midline of the basketball court. When the picker tells the person being picked for to stay there, I'm picking for you, the person being picked for moves so that she keeps the defense occupied, but not so that the picking angle is taken away. When the picker is 1 chair length away from setting the pick, the person being picked for does a V-cut to keep the defense honest and to turn the defensive player so that she cannot see the picker coming. Once the pick is set, the person being picked for cuts off the back of the picker, less than a chair width away, so that the defense cannot go through and stay with her. The person being picked for then rolls high to create space and force the inside defender to guard 2 offensive players. The person being picked for needs to make sure that when she rolls, she is a threat to score, so the defense has to guard her. Once the pick is set, the person being picked for cuts off the back of the picker, less than a chair width away, so that the defense cannot go through and stay with her. The person being picked for then rolls high to create space and force the inside defender to guard 2 offensive players. You can also set a pick in another direction. This pick is called a low to high pick.
I got Matt. I got Matt. I got Matt. I'm out.
You set the pick using the principle of which defender is furthest from the midline of the basket. This time, it's the high defender who is furthest. The mechanics are the same for the picker and the person being picked for as they were for the high to low pick. The offensive player is the picker and says, "Stay there, I'm picking for you," to her teammate. She does a V-cut. The picker does a banana cut. The picker sets her pick with her front caster 6 inches away from the defender's wheel closest to the basket. The picker finishes her pick and rolls to the basket when space is being created. Now let's look at the person being picked for. Remember, the person being picked for is the offensive player furthest from the midline of the basketball court. First, The person being picked for keeps the defender occupied. When the picker is 1 chair length away from setting the pick, the person being picked for does a V cut. The person being picked for then rolls off the back of the picker's chair with less than a chair width between them. The person being picked for rolls to create space and to be a threat to score. The person being picked for then rolls off the back of the picker's chair with less than a chair width between them.
I got Matt. I got Matt. I got Matt. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I got Matt. I got Matt. I got Matt. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
The defense is not always going to extend and give you a good picking angle. They may stay flat, taking away any angle for you to pick. When they do this, we set a screen. Again, the offense begins by deciding who is going to set the screen and who will be the shooter. You want to have your strongest post player set the screen, usually higher class players and taller players, and you want to have your best outside shooter sit behind the screen. The screener begins the attack by saying to his teammate, "I'm diving for you, go behind." The screener pushes hard but under control in between the 2 defenders, forcing them to collapse. As the screen is being set, the shooter comes in behind her teammate. The shooter comes in behind the screen less than a chair width from the screen and equal distance from the 2 defenders. You want less than a chair width so the defense cannot establish position on the shooter by jumping in front when the ball is in the air, and you want it to be in equal distance from both defenders so the defense is delayed in jumping out as they decide who should jump. When the pass comes into the shooter, it should be passed to the hand away from the defender who is ready to jump. In this case, the shooter's right hand, because it's the high defender that is jumping. When the defender jumps to prevent the shot, the shooter takes the ball and dribbles hard to the baseline with 2 hard pushes and her head up. The screener adjusts his chair to prevent defensive recovery and then rolls. The 2 explosive pushes create the needed space and get the shooter into a threat position, quickly forcing the defense to switch quickly, and having her head up allows her to see the court if she needs to pass. As the shooter rolls, she reads whether she or her teammate is open. The ball is kept for the drive or is passed inside to her teammate, depending on where the defender rotates. Again, the ball is kept for the drive or is passed inside to her teammate, depending on where the defender rotates. When you pass inside, use your outside hand and pass the ball up high over the defense. This is a great place to use your hook pass. We showed you the screen and roll. However, the defense doesn't always jump. When they stay in, you can take the shot. Decide who will set the screen and who will shoot.
I got your dive, Steph. I got your dive, Steph. I got your dive.
The screener sets the screen, and the shooter goes behind the screen, less than a chair width from the screener and equal distance from the defenders. The ball is passed to the shooter's outside hand, again the right hand in this case. This time, when the shooter reads that the defense is not jumping or will be slow jumping out, the shooter sets and shoots the ball. Once you decide to shoot, focus on taking a good shot with good mechanics. Sometimes the defense is flat and doesn't allow you to pick. You could set a screen, but you don't always want to be forced into an outside shooting game. A great way to get a high percentage shot when the defense is collapsing is to set a low seal. The low seal begins with a screen and a shooter going behind the screen. So, decide who will set the screen, the taller and higher class player, and who will be the shooter, the smaller player. Once the screen is set, the shooter will control the play because she can see the whole play and tell the screener where to go. From behind the screen, the shooter tells the screener that she's going to go high. She does a V cut, faking low. She then cuts high, forcing the defense to come up with her. Once the shooter has the defender high, the screener follows her up and tries to go between the two defenders. With the two defenders collapsed high, the shooter turns away from the key and cuts low, stopping behind the low defender. As the shooter passes the screener turns away from the defense, spinning out, and follows the shooter into the key. The screener needs to be ready to receive a pass and then score at this point. If you are the shooter who sets the seal, make sure you get out of the key so you don't get a lane violation. As with the low seal, high seals give you high percentage shots when the defense is trying to collapse and keep you outside. The high seal begins with a screen and a shooter going behind the screen. Make sure your taller player sets the screen and your shorter player is the shooter. Remember, the shooter does all the communication. From behind the screen, the shooter tells the screener that she is going low. She does a V cut faking high. She then cuts low, taking the defense with her. Once the shooter has the defense low, the screener follows her down and tries to go between the two defenders. With the two defenders collapsed low, the shooter turns away from the key and cuts high, stopping behind the high defender. As the shooter passes the screener turns away from the defense, spinning out and following the shooter into the key. The screener's ready to receive a pass and score when entering the key. Again, remember the shooter must get out of the key once her teammate's in scoring position. Like all of basketball, seals are best when put together. If the defense denies a low seal, it places the offense in position to run a high seal. So remember, low seals and high seals complement each other.
Now let's wrap up with some drills using the skills that we've learned throughout this DVD. Once you have developed good shooting technique, you need to get a lot of shots in to make good form a habit. A drill you can use to do this is called line shooting. Each person has a ball. The first person picks a spot to shoot from. Everybody lines up behind that person and they begin to shoot. Each person gets his or her own rebound and gets back in line to shoot again. The first person to hit 10 shots wins. Once somebody has hit 10 shots, another person picks a new spot and the game begins again. As you get a lot of volume in and you develop good habits, you will need to practice game-like shots. The first drill begins with the rebounder passing the ball to the shooter, who is sitting still. As you get ready to shoot, your teammate comes at you with a hand up yelling, "Shot!" to distract you like in a game. You take a good shot, focusing on correct technique. Your teammate gets the rebound and repeats this again. The shooter can stay in the same spot or reset in a new spot after each shot. The next drill begins the same, with the rebounder passing the ball to the shooter, who is sitting still. As you get ready to shoot, your teammate comes at you with a hand up and yelling, "Shot!" You do a shot fake as your teammate rolls past you. Reset for your shot. Take a good shot, focusing on correct technique. Your teammate gets the rebound and repeats this again. The shooter can stay in the same spot or reset in a new spot. The next drill begins the same, with the rebounder passing the ball to the shooter, who is sitting still. As you get ready to shoot, your teammate comes at you with a hand up and yelling, "Shot!" You do a shot fake as your teammate rolls past you. This time, dribble away from the defense and drive to the basket. Focus on your shot. Your teammate gets the rebound and repeats this again. The shooter can stay in the same spot or reset in a new spot. Practice with the defender attacking both sides so that you can learn to drive to the basket with each hand. The next drill begins the same, with the rebounder passing the ball to the shooter, who is sitting still. As you get ready to shoot, your teammate comes at you with a hand up and yelling, "Shot!" You do a shot fake as your teammate rolls past. This time, take one dribble away from the defense and reset. Focus on your shot. Your teammate gets the rebound and repeats this again. The shooter can stay in the same spot or reset in a new spot. Practice with the defender attacking both sides so you can learn to reset with each hand. Next is two-handed overhead passing. With a partner, face each other and tie your wheelchairs together. With each of you having a ball, begin passing to your teammate's open hand. Make sure you keep your hands above your shoulders. Your palms should be up so that the ball lands softly on your finger pads. If you try to catch the ball with your palm facing your teammate, the ball will fall. Remember to call out the name of the person passing you the ball. The next drill is combination passing. With a partner, face each other about 15 feet apart and with each of you having a ball. Begin passing back and forth. As you pass, you can go around your back, pass fake, etc. to add additional skills to the drill to make it more game-like and more difficult. Remember, both of you have a ball, so you will also have to work on your communication. Use different types of passes with your right and left hands. The next drill is monkey in the middle. With a partner, face each other about 10 to 15 feet apart. Have a third teammate in between the two of you. With one ball, begin passing back and forth. The person in the middle should not stay guarding one person. They should move back and forth, forcing the passers to pass fake and use different types of passes. If the person in the middle touches the ball, he or she switches positions with the passer. The next drill is called one-on-one shadow without a ball. You will do this drill with a player of about the same speed as yourself. The boundaries for this drill are the sideline and the edge of the key extended full court. This gives you a narrow lane in which to defend. Begin playing defense and keep going until you have reached the other baseline. When you reach the other baseline, switch positions. One important point to note: if the offense beats the defense, he or she does not sprint to the other end. The offense stops and allows the defense to recover. This works on defensive recovery.
got one. I'm out.
The next drill is called one-on-one shadow with the ball. You will do this drill with a teammate who is the same speed as yourself. The boundaries for this drill are the sideline and the edge of the key extended full court. This gives you a narrow lane in which to defend. Begin playing defense and keep going until you reach the other baseline. When you reach the other baseline, switch positions. One important point, you can reach for the ball, but only when you have established wheel position and stop the chair. If the ball is taken, give it back to the offense and keep going. The next drill is called one-on-one shadow with the ball and multiple players. Each pair matches up so that they are the same speed as their partner. Use the width of the court for this drill. This will make your defense more game-like. Begin playing defense and keep going until you get to the other baseline. When you reach the other baseline, switch positions. Remember, there may be more than one other pair with you in this drill. Check your shoulders so that you don't run into the other pairs, and talk to the other pairs to let them know where you are going. Don't switch, stay with your matchup. The next drill is called 2-on-2 shadow without the ball. With a partner, find another pair that is about the same speed and ability as you and your partner. Use the sideline to the edge of the key, extended full court as your boundaries. Begin playing defense and keep going until you have reached the other baseline. When you reach the other baseline, switch positions. If either of the offensive players beats the defense, don't sprint to the baseline. The offense should stop and allow the defense to work on its defensive recovery. One important point, you and your partner will need to take away picking angles. You do this by telling the extended partner to sag and stay flat.
Sagging, I'm sagging. Switch, I see
I got Jenna 5. I got Jenna on the
Pick, here
side.
comes a pick, here comes a pick. Sagging,
I got him on.
coming in, and see ya.
Switch him off. I got Jenna.
CM, sag.
The next drill is 2-on-2 shadow with the ball. With a partner, find another pair that is about the same speed and ability as you and your partner. Use the sideline to the edge of the key extended, full court as your boundaries. Begin playing defense and keep going until you have reached the other baseline. When you reach the other baseline, switch positions. The defense should try to take the ball. Don't reach for the ball unless you have wheel position and your chair is stopped. If a ball gets taken, give it back to the offense and begin again.
Watch yourself, Amina. I'm off. I got Chris.
The next drill is called 2-on-2 jump and recover. This drill teaches you how to establish position on your matchup when the ball is passed to him, and how to sag off him to take away picking angles when they pass the ball away. The two offensive players will go on one side of the court with one low and one high. Initially, neither can move. The two defensive players will match up with one guarding the ball and the other sagging away from his matchup, but ready to jump. As the ball is passed, the defenders jump out to guard the ball or sag off, ready to jump. The defense should try to take the ball. An important point to remember, the defense should be looking in between the two offensive players so they see the whole play. The defense jumps when the passer's shoulders begin to move forward. As the defense jumps, they take a slight curve out and arrive in the zero position. They contest the ball, mirroring it and yelling, "Ball!" When the ball is passed, they sag straight back to a point that takes away a picking angle.
Sag in. I got you help. I got you help. I'm help. See ball here. Sag in. Sag in. I'm help. Jumping.
The next drill is 2-on-2 touch the spot. This drill works on your 2-on-2 defense when there is no ball. This drill is done quarter court. Again, match up two pairs of players of equal speed and ability. The offense starts out at the three-point line, and the defense starts out guarding them. The offense tries to beat the defense and touch a ball or a spot in the middle of the key. The defense has to stop them from doing this. The offense must not get a lane violation and can't go past the midline of the court. The defense must always go out and pick up the offense at the three-point line.
Behind me.
The next drill is called 2-on-2 quarter court with the post. This drill works on the offense's picking and sealing skills. Match up two pairs of about the same speed and ability. There is an extra player at the top of the key or on the opposite side who can be used by the offense as a post and a passer. The offense starts out at the three-point line with the ball at the point. The defense can play however they want. The offense reads what they are being given and attacks. The offense cannot go across the midline of the court. The offense can stay on offense, or you can alternate back and forth. The post, or passer, can be used as much as the offense wants in the drill. It is best in this drill to use the post a lot, so that the seals and picks are the primary reads.
Let's you.
Just go upset.
Good.
The last drill is called 2-on-2 quarter court with a ball. This drill works on the offense's screen and roll skills. Match up two pairs of players of about the same speed and ability. The offense starts with the ball at the three-point line. The defense starts playing however they want. The offense reads what the defense gives them and attacks. The offense cannot cross the midline of the court. The offense can stay on offense, or you can alternate back and forth. All of the small group skills you have been learning should be folded into a team game. Remember, basketball is creative and fluid. Use your imagination. Put the different small group skills together so you can use them in a game. We hope that you benefit from this instruction. The goal of the University of Illinois has always been to maximize the potential in all individuals. By sharing our knowledge of the game of wheelchair basketball, we hope that you will come closer to reaching your potential and achieving your goals. Remember, when you register your product online, you will receive exclusive access to the U of I coaching staff. This access will allow you to ask questions of the coaching staff, receive updates to the curriculum, and be made aware of new products as they become available.